Welcome to CAD 100, and we are in week 12. We're in the home stretch. We don't like too many more classes, and we will have this semester over with. So it's very important that you get caught up on all your work and stay current with it. Um, we are going to be in architecture today, so you got to use your architectural template. Now that was something you made back in week 6. Um, but I've got 2 floor plans we're going to draw, and this is just some screenshots of it. And here is the second one. All right, real basic things. There's some screenshots, and if you want those, a hard copy to look at, they're in your textbook on page 4-30 and 4-31. Okay, don't forget the wall thickness is 5 inches. So let's get in, and we'll get starting drawing. We'll hit new, and I want to go and grab my template, and I want to get my architectural template real quick. And this would be architectural. Hit open on that, and come back in here and model, and we're ready to start drawing. And I'm going to minimize this so I can see my drawing, and I'm going to pull in the first one. I'll just show you just real briefly how to start this up and how to do some of it. Here's my architectural template. Now all you have to do on this is pretty simple. Line 0, 0, and we're going to start this thing out. Now remember, I told you guys to, and we'll go ahead and I'm going to draw straight across here to this point. It's 14 foot 8 inches. So just 14 foot dash 8 inches, and just enter. I'm doing a direct line method there. Okay, and the next movement is going to be coming down this direction here. Actually, I don't have a, I got here's 25 and this is 28, so that would be 3 foot there, so we know what that is. So just 3 foot. And I would just come right around through here and put all that in, 20 foot 4, 20 foot dash 4 inches, enter. Come back up through here, 25 foot, enter. And you want to kick that ortho on, so make sure you keep everything straight, and then shoot it right back down. All right. Now this whole thing here is a 5-inch offset. Now I could make this a polyline if I want to, and offset it all at one time or offset it individually. So I want to make it a polyline. So I just type in PE, enter, click on one of them. You want to turn it into one, Y3S, join, and I'll join all of it together, and now it's a polyline. Use my offset tool, 5 inches, grab it, offset it, all of it in just like that. Now there's a few other things that you got to start adding some interior on this, but another thing that I want to make sure is we're getting ready to put dimensions on. And remember, we talk about annotative all the time, and we want to make sure that our dimensions are set to annotative. And down here's my annotative scale, and I want to make sure it's 1/4 inch equals 1 foot. And then when I go in here to put my dimensions back in my home, I can go from here to here, and right there it is, 14 foot 8 inches. I go from that point over, and you're starting to get just seeing what I'm doing here. And I'll just zoom them in and eyeball it right there, 20 foot 4. Now if your dimensions aren't coming out like this, first thing you want to do is come up here to your annotate, go to your dimensions, make sure it's on annotative, and if it is on annotative, let's go to click on this diagonal, and you want to go to annotative and then modify. And once you do that, you're going to go primary units, make sure it's in architectural. Your text, make sure that 1/8 of an inch text, that you've got that set up. And then symbols and arrows, use your architectural ticks, and it'll set it for all of them once you do one. And just hit OK on that, and you should be good to go. And put those dimensions in. It's easier to put them in as you go, just to make sure that you don't have a mistake, because it's easier to fix a mistake early as it is to wait till you get everything done. Okay? All right. Now, just go ahead and get in here, and then you can just put the rest of these rooms in. Now you got to watch out sometimes, like 10'2" here. This is interior. See, just make sure that you watch if it's to the exterior of the wall or interior. And what I want to do is I'm going to explode this. That way it's individual lines. I'm going to use my offset. This is coming over 10'2", 10'-2" inches. And when I come in here, I click on that to there, and I know that's going to be my inside. Offset again, 5 inches to that side. And I just do a trim. Okay. And then we also know that this is going to be inside 13'11" coming down. So I just offset 13'11" inches. And then offset 5 inches. And there you go. Into there. And then we're just going to do a trim. And come in here and clean that up. And then also I want to take and stretch this over to this point. That's with perpendicular on it, caught perpendicular. And let's just trim all this stuff out. Trim, right click, and you get all that cleaned up like that. And also we got a doorway. So what I want to recommend for you to do right now, because we're going to put doors in these things a little bit later on in the next class, but 1'1" it comes up. So just come in here, and you can use a line. And one of the good tools that you can use, if you remember, let me open this up a little bit. If you go up here to open up our show menu bar, tools, AutoCAD, and come down to Object Snap, it brings this up. There's a little tool on here. It's really helpful. It's called Snap From. And you can actually hit a line, hit this Snap From, and then you can click on this point and then get the direction. Let's do it again. Line, Snap From, and you can hit this point, and then you can, from that point, you want to go up, what was it, 1 foot, 1 inch? I'll go back and take a look at that. 1 foot, 1 inch, yep. So I go back to it, and I want to be 0, and I'll hit at 0, and X. I want to do this in relative movement, and then Y is 1 foot dash 1 inch, enter, and see how it brings it up. It doesn't put a line in between. You can do that, or you can put a line and then delete it out. It doesn't matter. And then that door, of course, is grab it and we'll sling it over here. And that door is going to be 2'8". Just use an offset, 2 foot dash 8 inches. I use offset a lot. You'll notice that. And then I'm just going to trim out in between, and then just leave it like that. And I'll show you how to put doors in there in our next week's class. We get into dynamics, dynamic blocks, and we'll get into design center and things like that. So that is next to come. But for right now, like your windows and your doors, just make yourself a spot for those. And here on this, on these stairs, all I want you to do on that is usually stairs are about 10-inch treads. So just count these up and then just eyeball it in there. And we'll go ahead and we'll put some of that in. 5'10". So on offset 5 foot 10 inches. And I'll show you how to put the stairs in real quick. Alright, right there. And this is 9'7" on that. So offset 9 foot dash 7 inches. And offset 9'7". I grab this line, I'll drop it down to there. That should be from the inside. And then I'll trim this up, and that kind of lets you see where that's going to be at. And of course you'll offset that wall right there. But inside here now, when we're getting ready to put these steps, 1 foot back, so I'm going to put me a line. I'm just going to stretch this line across just to have, or actually I'll put another one so I can delete it off. Offset 1 foot, and this is where we're going to start our stairs. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 treads. Okay, and offset, usually these are 10-inch treads. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then what I would do is go right in the middle, and then I want to shoot this line down just like that, and we can trim up what we don't need. And if you remember, this one doesn't need to be there, this doesn't need to be there, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 trim. We're going to trim out all but 4 of those just like that. And then I want to offset this handrail, and we're looking at probably about 6 inches altogether. So we'll do a 3-inch offset. If you don't put a unit on like if you write like 3 and don't put a unit on, it automatically defaults to inches. So that's just something to remember. So then I'll do another little offset like 1 inch off of this there, and that kind of shows you the handrail. And in the middle, I'll just delete that line out, and then we'll trim all this stuff up. And you guys can see that. Just get in there, clean that up real nice and neat, make it look good. And then at the top, we'll have to fix some of that stuff. There we go. And then like right here at the end, I'll just put something in here across like that, and then we'll do an offset of 3 inches, and we're just kind of showing like that's too much. We'll offset about 1.5 inches, and we're just cleaning up these rails. Just like that. And come up here and do the same exact thing. I'm just going to come up here and just eyeball something like right there. Extend up to it. And that's just real basic setup right there, okay? And we might not want to do that down here at the bottom. Actually might look a little better like this. And this one needs to stop about right in there in that vicinity. So I'll just grab this. I'll do a move. And I'll run that back up here, and I'm going to hit my nearest button. I just control right click and you can grab nearest, or you can hit it up on your object snap. Either way you want to do it, slide it right up there, catch it about right there, trim out. And there you go, there's your stairs. Now, of course, you'll finish the rest of this out, but I want to go ahead and put this on C-size paper, and make sure that you're going to use you use the correct layers too when you're modeling. Make sure you put all of everything in object lines and whatever lines is needed. But we come over here, make sure in your layers we set this up as our viewport. Come in here to layout, rectangular, catch that point, and then catch your bottom point. It brings it in. The main thing here is just setting it at 1/4 inch equals 1 foot, just like that. And when you get that set in, perfect. Your dimensions and everything will show up real nice. All you have to do once you get that in there is make sure you got all the correct dimensions in there, and then fill out your title boxes and everything, and you'll have it knocked out. So if you have any questions or need any help, please contact me.